It's a Friday, so that makes this a Top That Trade Day. Joining us for some lighthearted competition in our trader game, Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Alan Eckman, an options trading pro. Here we go, guys. Round number one, price drop. The consumer price index plummeted in April. What will that mean for the stock market?
That's the biggest drop in core inflation ever since recording, but it's excluding food and energy. So we saw food prices shoot up. We're up 16% in eggs and 5% in cookies and donuts. So that could be a concern.
I can't believe that donut prices are going up with all that I've eaten here, being locked down here. You know, I can't believe it. But I'll tell you another thing about that. You talked about food prices going up, and that's been true. But what about energy prices? They've been going down, right?
Right.
We saw the biggest drop in history. And one sector that really caught my eye in the CPI report, we saw an 11% drop in the cost of men's suits. Believe it or not, Alan, I can see why.
Nobody's gonna wear a suit ever again.
They never wear one again, right?
So I like, if you were talking about supermarkets, I like ADM, Supermarkets of the World, trading between $30 and $40.
I agree with you. And you know what? I'll tell you, one of the stocks that I like is Tyson, of course. Tyson has been under a lot of criticism. There may be some lawsuit risk here, but, the government may, shield them from that a little bit. But I like that stock right now. I think that the slaughterhouses are going to start picking up, or processing plants, as they're now known as. But it's going to be important because we've got enough supply to get us through the short term. But if they don't get these plants open, we're going to see some really higher prices for both beef and pork.
Round number two, fishy find. Can you explain how International Holdings, which makes much of its revenue from fish farming, that stock has suddenly surged?
This sounds like a fish story to me. You know what? I'm telling you, this company.
It was this big.
Up 2,000%. Up 2,000%. We got this fish. How did that one get away from us? How come we didn't tell people about this? Well, there's only 13 people that own this stock. No wonder it jumped up 3,000%. Two guys buy, and then all of a sudden the stock quadrupled.
It's a fish farming stock. They made $138 million last year. Now it's worth $14 billion. So something's not right here. But I want to stress that I'll trade anything, any direction, anytime if it has buyers and sellers and you can get in and out efficiently, because then you can execute your trading plan. This, not so much. There's always other markets. If this fish got away, we can go fishing another day.
And you know what they say about fish? It sits around for a couple of days. It doesn't smell very good.
Round number three, expensive taste. Goldman Sachs says the stock market is expensive. What do you think?
Goldman Sachs is a perfect example of don't do as they say, do as they do. They're very successful. The S&P is up 30%, and yes, it is expensive after this bounce. It's most expensive in forward price to earnings since 2000, but there's still more upside. Just like the last story there, there's always a greater fool that'll buy it at a higher price. So I'm still positive.
I'm still positive on the stock market too, and I don't think it's fair to use traditional, price to earnings measurement during this period, because what we've seen, of course, is a lot of companies aren't making money, but they're getting money from the government in many cases. A lot of them have been buying back their own stock, and believe it or not, there's probably, what the stock market is telling you, that the value in these stocks is not what's happening today, but what's going to happen when we reopen the economy. So what they're saying, listen, we know the earnings are going to be lousy, right? Because people aren't making as much money. But surprisingly enough, some of the earnings warnings that we've heard, the earnings destruction haven't been quite as bad as some people had feared. So I think the market is looking ahead to a time where the economy is going to be bouncing back. These companies are going to be making money hands over fist. And a lot of the people that are out of work are going to be coming back to work. And I'm looking forward to that day.
So it's already baked into your donut, is what you're saying.
Right, exactly. And that's why donut prices have been tanking lately. I don't know why, because they have too much sugar on top of the donut, which is sinking the price, something like that. I don't know. We have to start donut futures today.
Here's your bonus round question for today. It's ticker time. Spring is here. So I'm going to give you some companies and tickers, and you tell me if these are true or something that I made up. Bluebird, BLUE, Charlotte's Web Holdings, CWBHF, B Vectoring Technology, BEE. What do you think?
Too good to be true. Yeah, they're all true.
I say they're all false.
Alan wins. All true.
Turn it. Turn it.
Great Great job today, guys. For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.